What's going on? In today's video, we're going to be doing prices that just don't add up. We're going to be looking at Pokemon cards that just have a really weird market price and just try and get to the bottom of this. And like this guy, like how is he worth only like $5? He could be like $1 billion. Just play an exit drill, man. Let's get into it. So starting off with the Cosmic Eclipse booster box at $880. But recent solds have this box at $940 and $945 with one sale for $895. So we could see this market price absolutely soar a little bit more than it already has over the past year. Over the past 3 months, it's gone from $600 to around $900. Pretty crazy. Anywho, what doesn't add up in this set is some of the singles. This is the most expensive chase card, Rosa. Once again, shout out Black and White. This is sitting at $193, and it's come down from its year-long peak on the Sun and Moon waifu sort of craze of $230. It's come down now to $193, with even recent solds being like $5 or a few dollars more or less than its actual market price. And this just doesn't make sense to me a little bit. You see Cosmic Eclipse going for $1,000 for a booster box, and the most expensive card is only $200. And I get it, the sealed product carries a little bit of more value, and that could be the most valuable thing in the set. But for a $200 chase card for a $1,000 box, just seems a little bit interesting. And that is also seen with the second most expensive card, the ADP GX. This card is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, Arceus, Dialga, Palkia, Gen 4, best generation. This guy is sitting at $163, absolutely come down in price from around $200 around 6 months ago. And its market price is kind of hovering with the recent solds, like $161, $163, sort of stayed the same. But it just, in my opinion, for a $1,000 booster box to be getting a $163 card, very interesting. I do kind of see some potential in these cards. If the box is getting that outlandishly high, then some of these chase cards inside of the set are going to have no choice but to go up with it. That being said, I don't know if Cosmic Eclipse is going to keep going up in price, but you never know. And these guys could be a very good opportunity. I said in another video that Sun and Moon has a lot of opportunities right now. A lot of these cards that were inflated last year have sort of bottomed out now. And this guy, along with the Rosa, are great opportunities for that. Moving on to a Scarlet and Violet era set, we got Paradox Rift, and it is sitting at around $100 booster box right now. And, you know, that's still pretty good for especially Scarlet and Violet, where the MSRP is supposed to be $160. You're getting $60 off. That's pretty good for a booster box. And I understand it's not everybody's favorite set, but we're going to be going over one of the cards in Paradox Rift, which is the Roaring Moon EX, which is sitting at just over $50 a card. And guys, this is a great card. This is Salamence, except in Paradox form, which I kind of like the Paradox Pokemon. It's the ancient form of Salamence, once again, Roaring Moon. And you see that some of these recent solds have, well, it's 56, 48, 47. So there could be a little bit of a price discrepancy from the market price. It could go down a little bit, which is great news. But how is there a $100 booster box and the chase from this set is at $52? This is like absolutely insane. And for Scarlet and Violet base, that box dropped all the way down. You could get that below warehouse pricing. You could get that box for, at some places, $75 or $80 for a chase that was like $40. So I understand the chase card's a little bit different. The volume of cards printed, like I know there's a ton of Scarlet and Violet base. I understand that there's some differences, but in the long run, I do see an opportunity with this card. Maybe let it bottom out a little bit more. It started at around a $105 card, and it's just like crumbled since then. But it's also a very playable card. It has some implications for competitive. So people are going to want this card at one point down the line. Even when standard rotation comes out, it's every 3 years. So this set will be out in 2026. It'll like be done in competitive play. Even after that, people can play the expanded format and they're still going to want this card because it reminds them of a good time playing. They want the alternate art version. Competitive players love to pimp out their decks, and it's a beautiful card for $50. I think it could go down even more. Well, you know, you can't really go wrong with it. Fan favorite Pokemon, pseudo legendary, shout out Hoenn. And to continue with some of the pull rates of Paradox Rift, it's not like Scarlet and Violet base. You're not guaranteed an SIR in every booster box. You were literally guaranteed like 2. It was like 1 out of every 18 or 20 packs had an SIR in Scarlet and Violet base, or some ridiculous pull rate like that. We're sitting at 1 in every 47 packs has an SIR. That's pretty expensive to pull an SIR, for the most expensive one being $52. For $3 a pack, that costs a lot of money. And to pull any specific one is 1 out of 712. So if you were solely opening to chase the Roaring Moon EX, you would have to spend a lot of money to be able to pull this card. So do I think that the justified point, or do I think that the price point of $52 is justified? I don't know. I don't think in the long run it is. I think maybe letting it, like a reprint happen, like letting the price go down a little bit, and then I'm going to be buying it. Like even the Iron Valiant is sitting at like $30 a card. That's a great card and a great opportunity. So I'm going to be keeping my eye on that, especially if there's a reprint, prices go lower. I save up some capital, man. I'm going in on that. This is one of the next things, talking about Flashfire booster box. I was a kid in XY, so I still was wiping my butt with the cards. So Flashfire for $3,500 a box. I don't really know what was going on in the market in like 2014 or whenever this came out, but this guy's sitting at $3,500, and I understand, very scarce set. I'm sure I can assume it's very scarce set, and I assume that it was pretty short printed, and the box commands a huge premium. However, the chase cards do not add up with that premium. We have the top 9 chase cards here, the most expensive one being a $375 Charizard, and the least expensive one being a $15 Pokemon Fan Club. The price of Flashpoint booster pack, Flashpoint, is $60 a pack. That's pretty high for only 3 cards being more expensive than $60. You literally have 3 cards that you could pull that are potentially more money than the entire Flashfire booster pack. Apologies for the Flashpoint. So this set, it's the Charizard set, obviously. And I know that in a PSA 10, some of these, like the top 2 or top 3 Charizards, are probably more expensive than a booster box, or are right around the booster box. But these guys aren't guaranteed in a booster box. You're not guaranteed any of these guys if you're opening that. Like you could pull even a mega secret rare Kangaskhan for $20 and just get screwed out of $3,500. Not that you should be opening Flashfire. Please don't. Maybe if you got enough money, by all means. But I just don't understand how a $375 near mint copy correlates with a $3,500 booster box. And this, especially when you see it with modern sets. I understand, I might not know, I might be a little bit dumb on this, but from what I know about the Sword and Shield era, you see the top 6 cards from Evolving Skies, which is a $600, $700 booster box. And there are cards that are more expensive than that. There's a $1,000 Umbreon, there's a close to $500 Rayquaza, and a just wealth of other expensive cards, where opening a $10 booster pack of Evolving Skies, you could hit some great value. Granted, it's not going to be guaranteed, and these pull rates are incredible to hit any one of these top chase cards, but still the promise of value, the potential of value is there. And I don't really know if I see the exact same thing with Flashfire, because there's 4 cards that beat out the price of a pack. There's at least 30 cards in Evolving Skies that are beating out that $10 price point. I could be exaggerating that, I don't know. But you get the point. There's a lot of cards that beat out that $10 price point. And I understand these cards a little bit harder to grade. When they get mint like a 9 or a 10, they're really expensive from Flashfire, but still $375 raw card when you're ripping a $60 booster pack just doesn't add up. That will do it. That is prices that don't add up. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your take in the comments below. I want to know what you have to say, especially about like Flashfire. I just wasn't really there for that. I was still like a youth at that time, man. But it just doesn't add up. Especially for my own collection, if I want to open up something, I'd rather spend $3,500 on like something with a little bit more potential value, like this Clay and his Excadrill. Came back in a BGS 10. I'm so happy about it. I love this dude. Look at him. He's so chair. Anyways, that's it. That'll do it.